Igniting Community, a safe space to learn, share, and grow. Don't forget to like and subscribe below.
Hi, Igniting Community. My name is Colleen Rennie, and I am coming to you today to talk about the concept of rewilding. So when I think of rewilding, the actual definition of it refers to nature and restoring nature to its natural state. So before there was any development or manipulation by humans. And then when I apply that to ourselves, I think of it as returning to the land, returning home to ourselves, and reconnecting with that natural part of ourselves and the natural rhythms of the universe. So, for example, when I think about rewilding, I think about my connection, for example, with the moon and how I work with it in its cycles, whether it's the new moon, full moon, gibbous moon. Every phase has a different kind of personality or characteristic to it. And as humans, I feel that we often take on that energy, and in a sense, we become one with nature. I was recently in Arizona, where I found myself on a lot of hikes outdoors. And unlike my usual hikes when I'm here in Ontario, I decided to try going without music, without any distractions, and being with just myself. I thought it was going to be a lot harder than it actually was. But to be honest with you, to have that time and that space with just myself, anything that was going on in my life came to the forefront. And I really had time to think about it in a really grounded and supportive environment. And although I'm a big believer in, reaching out for help and taking necessary steps to enhance our quality of life, I do believe that the natural world is medicine. And I see in my world a lot of ways that myself and others around me reach for more unnatural ways of healing. And sometimes that can look like addiction or, having that extra glass of wine, numbing out with Netflix. I'm very guilty for that second one. I've been sober for 7 years now, and one of my greatest pleasures in this life is knowing that I no longer turn to alcohol for a healing agent. I look within my own agency and I tap into that frequency, because nature and being out with Mama Gaia is the highest frequency. It's the most solidified, most grounded essence that we have. And it's free for the most part. And so my reason of being here is really to get us to step outside, both literally and metaphorically, and to try to not tap into things that, work with our dopamine system, that are overworking our dopamine system, but to come back to a natural way of readjusting with nature. So for this first week, because this is my first week being with you guys, I urge you to go outside when you are feeling low. Even like just going and touching some trees around, or, if it's not too cold out, depending on where you are in the world, putting your feet in the earth and feeling that support underneath you. Really grounding yourself through, as I said, these natural frequencies, this natural medicine that we have at our disposal. I'm a big believer in medicine. And again, as I said, quality of life is a big thing to me. I do struggle with depression and anxiety, so I'm on medication for that. But most recently, I came off a medication that was for my ADHD that has allowed me to come home to myself in ways that I forgot existed for 12 years. And that's why I'm really passionate about this concept of rewilding, and why I'm here to share it with you is because I believe that we all have access to nature. Socioeconomically, I believe that this is an inclusive approach. And while I'm not saying we can just go into nature for all of our issues, I do believe that, when we have that ability to get quiet and get still within ourselves, that is a gift and not something we should take for granted. And I know so many of us in this group feel passionate about Mother Nature. No screen Sundays, am I right? So for this first week, I urge you to take a step back, and before you go for that Netflix, before you go for that glass of wine, go out in nature. Maybe you've got a palm tree in your house. Can you sit with it? Maybe that sounds crazy, but healing isn't always linear, that's for sure. Anyways, thank you so much for tuning in. I look forward to talking to you guys next week. See ya.